Well, hello everyone. It's Granny. Well, today I wanted to just start a little bit different case. As I've been looking at my analytics, I've seen that you guys are not, you were really interested in Sarah Boone and Leilani Simon, but I felt like doing a background case of Leilani Simon just kind of seems dumb at this point. Um, Anyone who has followed that case knows what's going on. So to go backwards doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Justice was served for little Quinton, and that's all that matters, right? But there is an ongoing case that I thought we could discuss, and it's about Suzanne Simpson. She was a mother missing from Texas. Her husband has been arrested. And they still have not found her. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. We're going to take a look at that case. But while I'm getting ready to share my screen, why don't you grab your beverage and have a seat at my table and let's get started. All right. Okay. So I think I'm going to try and make that. Guess I can't make it any bigger than it already is. So this is Suzanne right here. She was last seen October 6th. So this is, fairly new. It isn't even a month old yet. But that's a long time for somebody to go missing, as we know, right? Beautiful. She was 51 years old. We're going to take a look at this article from San Antonio News, written by Zachary Taylor Wright on October 24th. So it's pretty up to date. And it says, the case of an Almost Park mother, Suzanne Clark Simpson, continues to boggle minds and evade investigators. More than 2 weeks after she was last seen, numerous charges have been filed and 2 arrests have been made, but still nobody has been identified as a suspect and her fate is unclear. Despite no signs indicating Suzanne Simpson has been found, Texas officials dropped the clear alert issued shortly after her disappearance. The alert system intended to seek public help locating a missing adult was discontinued Tuesday, October 22nd, but officials are mum on why. Several additional charges were filed during the investigation into Suzanne's disappearance, including 2 felony charges against her husband, Brad Simpson, and his longtime business partner, James V. Cotter. Both men are now facing felony charges after investigators accuse them of conspiring to conceal a weapon owned by Brad Simpson after Suzanne was last spotted. That's a little bit fishy, huh? And that after that they dropped the alert. I don't know. Anyway, October 6th, Suzanne Simpson last seen fighting with her husband. According to court and police records, Suzanne and Brad Simpson started their evening at the Argyle, a ritzy private club in Alamo Heights. After leaving a party at the event space at around 9 p.m., the couple were seen fighting outside their Almost Park home hours later. I'm going to just kind of show you a picture of the home. And that I looked it up on Google and this guy was there. But that's the home. It's really a nice home. If you come up this way, there's a 2-car garage. Fairly nice home. Suzanne was a realtor. And the home was located in Almost Park, so right here. Okay. And look at this wooded area right here. Okay. So keep that in mind at how closely the home is to this wooded area as we begin to talk about the case. All right. So the man said from his window, the neighbor says he saw Brad Simpson grabbing his wife by her upper torso to gain control of her body, according to the warrant for the husband's arrest. The neighbor stated he observed that Miss Simpson was attempting to get away from Mr. Simpson's grasp as he tried to pull her downwards, the warrant reads. The neighbor told me that he observed that after an approximately 1-minute struggle, both Mr. Simpson and Miss Simpson were last seen headed westbound from his residence. The neighbor advised that it appeared Mr. Simpson was clearly attempting to keep Miss Simpson from running away. I'm going to just point that out here. So if we look at this, westbound would be going this way. I'm not sure why, but that's because this was going east. So this is going west. Okay. Let's continue on. All right. The witness told officers he observed the physical altercation between Brad and Suzanne Simpson around 11 p.m. that Sunday night, and that was the last time anyone has seen the mother. The neighbor grabbed a flashlight and attempted to search for the couple, but was unsuccessful in locating them. That's when the neighbor says he heard 2 or 3 loud screams for a wooded area near the Almost Park homes. Then, about an hour later, he says he saw Brad Simpson start his black 2019 GMC pickup truck and leave the couple's residence. The husband reportedly returned home a couple hours later. If you look at this picture right here, this is the last picture that was taken of her before she went missing. All right. So on October 7th, Brad Simpson reports his wife missing. So nearly 24 hours after Suzanne Simpson was last seen on October 6th, Almost Park Police Chief Fidel Villegas confirmed Brad Simpson reported his wife missing. The husband reportedly called police after his child's school called to say his daughter had not been picked up, a job that's typically done by Suzanne Simpson. The call from the school reached Brad around 3 p.m. that day, but he wouldn't go on to call police for another several hours. The missing police report came into Almost Park Police at around 10 p.m. And this picture is a picture of the setup outside their home. This is their driveway. It's not a corner, that's their driveway. Investigators blocked off the road near the home. On October 8th, Brad Simpson asked his big business partner for help hiding the weapon. So according to an arrest warrant served to Brad Simpson in jail on Tuesday, October 22nd, the husband and father reportedly reached out to longtime business partner James V. Cotter on October 8th asking for help hiding a weapon. Cotter, son of the now deceased San Antonio real estate tycoon James Cotter, had faced legal troubles alongside Brad in their span of business ventures together. If you're in Bandera, can you haul ass and meet me at your house? Brad Simpson reportedly texted Cotter, according to the arrest warrant. Make sure to leave all that stuff in the pump house, especially the gun. The warrants collection of texts from Brad Simpson to Cotter continues. Sorry for the urgency, but you're all I got, especially now. Social media is destroying me. Before I go on, I'm going to just show you a picture of the two of them. So this is Brad Simpson and this is Cotter. Okay. When interviewed by a Texas Ranger, Cotter said Brad was referring to a .22 caliber rifle that Cotter had taken from the Simpson home earlier on October 8th. However, an anonymous witness who investigators say has supplied corroboration information in the past informed investigators that Cotter had actually taken an AK-47 from the Simpson family home, where Brad Simpson had a walk-in vault stocked with weapons. According to, I just want to make a quick note here, guys. Remember that in Texas, it is not unusual for every household to have a gun. I mean, it's something, especially on ranches, they pride themselves on their guns. Now, do I believe everyone should have an AK-47? I absolutely do not. But I'm just making this point to say that having guns is not unusual. What kind of walk-in vault he had, I don't know. How many weapons did he have? I don't know. But I'm just saying it was not unusual. It's actually, pretty common for a Texas household to have guns. If you disagree with me, if you live in Texas and you disagree with me, please let me know in the chat. All I ask is just to be respectful. So according to the warrant, Cotter retrieved the weapon prior to detectives searching the family home. Investigators then took the anonymous witness to Cotter's home, the warrant says, and the witness directed detectives to a hollowed-out area in a wall behind Cotter's bedroom television. Inside, they found the AK-47 in question. So this gun, this AK-47, was found in a hollowed-out area in a wall behind Cotter's bedroom television. Amazing. While Cotter told investigators he was not asked to conceal a weapon for Brad Simpson, video evidence provided by the anonymous witness allowed investigators to link the AK-47 to Simpson's walk-in vault to the weapon found hidden in Cotter's home. On the same day that Brad Simpson reportedly reached out to Cotter, the search for Simpson's wife, Suzanne, began with a combined police and community effort near the family home in Olmos Park. After a day of searching around the home, investigators obtained a search warrant to inspect the Simpson home in Olmos Park. However, Villegas said during a press conference little evidence, if any, was obtained during the search to better outline what happened to Suzanne Simpson or to link Brad Simpson to her disappearance. And, from the sounds of it, it doesn't surprise me that there was not much evidence in the home, because from what the neighbor witnessed, everything happened outside and probably in that park, and then he took his truck out right after. So what did he move the body? What happened? Okay. On this same day, Brad Simpson was arrested in the very early morning hours of October 9th in Kendall County. While still to this day he's not been identified as a suspect or person of interest in Suzanne's disappearance, investigators say they had enough evidence to charge him with an assault bodily injury charge and an unlawful restraint charge based on the eyewitness account on October 6th. Both of Brad Simpson's initial charges were misdemeanors, yet he faced $1 million bond on each, a notable fact which several attorneys said was a surprising amount considered the level of charge. So they may not have identified him as a suspect or as a person of interest, but $2 million bond. That's a lot of money. And of course, he has a lot of money, so the more you make, the higher your bond is going to be, right? But I think they have that bond in there because they feel that Brad did something. They're not going to say that, but there you have it. I'm concerned about it because here's the problem. If you don't have enough evidence to charge him, to hold him, to get a warrant for his arrest for murder, then why do you have enough evidence to put a $2 million bond on someone? Defense attorney Shannon Locke of the Locke Law Group told my essay. That's a good point. After several days of searching both in and around the Simpson family home in Olmos Park and 2 days searching a shopping center in Bourne, investigators set their sights on a landfill on the east side of Bexar County. While case officials showed strong evidence they'd find Suzanne Simpson among the debris compressed and packed at the dump, the search was called off suddenly and without explanation after 4 days. You guys, I am getting more and more curious as to what is going on in this investigation, aren't you? I mean, they put this high bond. They have a lot of confidence that they'll find Suzanne Simpson among the debris in the dump, and then suddenly they call the search off after 4 days without any explanation. We feel confident there is a good chance of recovering Suzanne at that location, Olmos Park Police said after the search started on October 14th. Evidence, statement, and solid police investigation has led us there. This would not be possible without the help of many other LE agencies and some non-LE agencies. However, the Texas Rangers and the DPS are at the forefront of this investigation, and the OPPD is working side by side with them. The search would go on for 4 days with a large extractor pulling up debris from a section of the large landfill and delivering it to a horde of police cadets in hazmat gear to comb through. In the end, it appears no physical evidence of Suzanne Simpson was uncovered. After the 3 failed attempts across county lines to find any clue as to what happened, Suzanne Simpson, investigators turned back to the Olmos Park area. Officials confirmed they'd continue searching wooded areas around the town on the north side of San Antonio, but there's no official word of whether any evidence has been uncovered. James Cotter, son of now deceased real estate tycoon in San Antonio, James F. Cotter, was booked into the Bexar County Jail on a $500,000 bond on Monday, October 21st. Cotter was charged with a third-degree felony evidence tampering charge after investigators accused him of concealing the AK-47 for Brad Simpson. The Texas Rangers and the Olmos Police Department arrested Mr. James Vale Cotter at his home yesterday, a Department of Public Safety spokesman told my MSA. During the missing person investigation in Olmos Park, investigators learned that Mr. Cotter had committed the offense of tampering with evidence, which is a third-degree felony. I'll bet he's sorry he agreed to hide that weapon now. On this same day, October 21st, Brad Simpson's court-appointed attorney, Stephen Gilmore, filed a motion to change Simpson's bond conditions. Currently, provisions prevent him from seeing his 4 children, but his attorneys say there's been no threats of harm from Brad Simpson toward his children. Brad Simpson's children, not complainants in this or any cause, nor has the state alleged any evidence to suggest that this condition is in any way related to the safety of the community or an alleged victim. Further, defendant is not a flight risk, therefore counsel requests the no-contact order be modified to permit no harmful or injurious contact. On the evening of Tuesday, October 27th, 2 felony charges were filed against Brad Simpson, which are directly linked to the exchange officers said he had with Cotter. The felony charges were added to the growing list of counts piling up against Brad, who still faces the 2 misdemeanor charges and a federal weapons charge filed by the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosions. Simpson was charged for tampering with evidence and possessing an illegal weapon, which were both linked to the AK-47 he allegedly had his business partner stash. And from everything that I have heard now, he is fighting to see his children. But the thing is, the one child had claimed that Brad had hit her mom, and that her mom had a bruise on her elbow, and that Brad had taken her mom's cell phone. So, I guess law enforcement is saying that they're going to fight him being able to see his children. So, and, they're kind of hoping that will force him to tell them where Suzanne is. They really feel that he knows, and so that's what's going on. And I just feel horrible for the kids, and that a beautiful woman lost her life, and people, this kind of stuff has to stop happening. We had Micah Miller, who I still have a hard time believing took her own life. But, domestic violence, we need to speak out about it, right? We need to stand up against those who are doing this and ask for the toughest laws available, because, it always ends up, look at the Sarah Boone case. Both of them, both George and Sarah, went at each other, obviously. If one aggravated the other, we don't know for sure. We've seen some videos to suggest that, right? But nobody knows what goes on in a home between two people. And it would be the same thing between Suzanne and Brad, except maybe their children. And that's probably one of the things that law enforcement does not want Brad to get to his children, because they may need to talk to them. And so we're going to keep on with this story, and hopefully they'll find Suzanne within the next couple of days. I'm really hoping so. I pray, and join me in prayer, that Brad will tell the truth. And that Suzanne will be found and brought home. So that's all I've got for today, guys. We will see you on the next one. And if you have any other ideas of cases that you want to learn about, want to talk about, discuss, let me know. We'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.